Hello, everyone. How are you today? Here to tell you what happened on Alone, Season 8, Episode 4. Five contestants were shown this week. Rose. That poor girl, 15 days in there, and she still has no protein food, like fatty food worth. She hasn't caught nothing. She can't catch no fish. She hasn't come across any partridges, nothing like that, that she can get a good shot off with her bow and arrow. Um, So she tried to eat some moss, and she didn't like the taste of that, so she spit that out. She gathered some more berries she found inland. Like she said, it's only so many days I can live off of berries. And that she said I need protein. Um, so she made a basket out of bamboo sticks and some snare wire. She put it in the water, hoping that some fish would go in it. After a couple days, she went to check. There was no fish in her basket, so she was upset about that, and she's still scared about the bears being around her campsite area. Teresa, showed her. She's been sleeping on the dirt. She has no makeshift bed whatsoever in her shelter, and she was getting tired of sleeping on the ground. So she went out, gathered some branches, some wood, tied them together with some rope, and she has a makeshift bed now. She said it was so relaxing to sit down on to relax, have a good night's sleep in the shelter. She said she talked more about her life. Her and her husband, all they do is live outdoors, like outdoor people, that basically. Um, so she thinks mentally and physically she's prepared to win the competition here, the $500,000. She talked about how she moved to England after a few years from her hometown. I forget what that was. I'm sorry. Um, has lived in England for 11 plus years, and she developed the accent over time. Um, Now on Dakota. Well, he was going to go fishing in his boat he made, makeshift boat he made a few episodes back. It started tipping one way and the other, so he was afraid of falling overboard. So he built some home makeshift outriggers and attached them to the side of the boat, and it worked. So he went fishing. He struggled to catch a fish, folks, and he finally caught one after he was about to give up. It was a medium-sized rainbow trout, I'll call it. If luckily when it jumped out of the water, when he had it hooked, it landed in his boat, which he said, "My boat saved me again. I got a fish." He was so happy for that. He said, "I'm gonna go back, cook this sucker up, and enjoy it." There was a bear along the shoreline, which kind of scared him, but it eventually took off into the woods. Nate, um, he caught a small rainbow trout, and he said, "Well, it's something at least." And he ate that thing and picked it out of the. He had it cooked on a stick, and that stick was clean. Like he ate everything off that fish. Um, he made some spruce tree tea and drank that right out of the pot. He has bonded with a squirrel, and like he said, "I want to eat you, man," but where they're at, they're isn't legal to hunt and kill squirrels there. So he said, "I can't kill you, but I really want to eat you." He said, so he's formed a bond with it. Every morning it comes there, eating like some nuts and acorns it finds, and he just sits there, talks to it. He asked her to go catch him a fish, and it didn't come back, so he was kind of disappointed about that. That was funny. Jordan, the guy that I actually was hoping to win this competition, I think he was going to want to do it. Um, he built a door to his cabin shelter he made there. He put his family's initials on it. Um, he was been craving a smoke after 15 days, so he made a homemade pipe out of wood. Um, and he got some leaves in that, and he had a smoke out of the pipe. He sat on the beach on the shoreline, watched some geese and that just going through the waves. That was pretty interesting to see that sight. That was cool. He started talking about his family, how much he misses his daughter and son. He said that he had a daughter. Wife and son. Sorry, there. He said he had a daughter, and he told us that she had two open heart surgeries, and she had this heart condition when she was young, and she passed. And she never really got a chance to experience life to the fullest. And but the life that she did have, she enjoyed every minute of it. So he called her his little wallflower. That got him thinking about his wife and son back at home. So this is a shocker, folks. After 19 days, he called and tapped out. He left because he said afterwards, like after they get eliminated, like after they leave, um, they come back after so many days and they talk about their journey and that where they were at. He said, I built my shelter. He said, but every time I'm doing something, my family is in the back, always on my mind. He said, he said when I put initials of my family on the shelter, he said that really got to me, and how much I'm missing my moments with them and days with them. Like he said, I don't know how much longer I, I'll go be around. He said, and each day he was there, he was not spending it with his family, and he wants to spend every moment with them. So he got homesick, so he tapped out, which was a total shocker for me. Because I thought, he had the mental capacity to stay there for the 30 plus days. He says not easy, folks, which apparently is not. So now you're down to 8 contestants that's left. Next week it shows Bicko. He comes across some bear cubs. Matt, he stumbles upon a hornet's nest and he steps on it and he must get stung because he's running through the woods and he's like, ouch, ouch, ouch. When he's a going, poor guy. Hornet stings are not nice, folks. They hurt. And it shows I think it's Chad. It shows, and he spots something off the distance, and he aims his bow and arrow on it. And he fires, and he's like, "Yeah." It doesn't show what he got, but apparently he got something good to eat. So stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.